Minister Nyesom Wike inspects projects earmarked for inauguration in May. Quest for safe Salah celebration. Police in Federal Capital Territory embarks on show of force. And federal government inaugurates Committee on Power Supply Challenge in the health sector. Hello and many thanks for joining us on the news desk at 6 on NTN News 24. I am Chinenye Ngoye. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has expressed satisfaction with the quality and level of work on projects earmarked for the May inauguration. The minister disclosed this during the inspection tour of ongoing projects. Onoze Yakubu reports.
Impressed with the level and quality of work done so far, the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike commends the contracting firms handling the project for a job well done, saying that by May this year it will be a promise made and promise fulfilled as earmarked projects will be inaugurated.
I'm happy for what was seen and we've been to Court of Appeal. Of course, theirs will be completed by September. We've been to Ossex. That will be commissioned by them. And today, this also will be completed by them. How happy one would be in life that you made a promise and you fulfill the promise. I have to thank Mr. President. This is really actually what we call the Real Hope agenda. A real hope that hope has come back to our people. People are happy. Promises made, promises fulfilled.
Some of the projects to be inaugurated and inspected include the construction of Court of Appeal Complex, the Outer Southern Expressway Access, and the Inner Outer Southern Expressway ISEX. The minister says prudent management of resources is key to infrastructure provisions and commends President Bola Tinubu for his support.
I have always maintained that I will not start a project when I know there are no funds. Not just for the sake of awarding contract. What people want is not just award contract, award and copy report for them to use. If you award contract, it becomes an abandoned project. It doesn't make any sense. So we have managed the little funds we have, and that's why we are going to be very aggressive in our revenue drive to be able to achieve more projects.
Nyesom Wike, however, appeals to the residents to always ensure they pay their taxes to ensure more fund is committed to infrastructure development in the territory. Onoze Yakubu, NTN News.
And still in the FCT, the newly appointed Commissioner of Police for the Federal Capital Territory, Ajao Saka Adewale, has assured that the command's formations will continually reassess and adopt technological strategies to combat threats, maintain the current security momentum, and provide relief to the people. Commissioner Adewale made this pledge while leading a team on a patrol visit to boundary communities between Buhari Area Council Kaduna and Niger States. Tessie Omeri reports.
His first day in office, the new Commissioner of Police for the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, CP Ajao Saka Adewale, met with his team and immediately headed to the field.
The job is on the field, no longer in the office. You see, and we need to tell people that we have come, we have arrived, we have taken over. We need to come around and talk to our men, motivate them, encourage them. Let them know that we are with them and we are here. Abuja is for law-abiding citizens.
He explained that he chose Buhari as his first port of call due to its unique nature. The idea of the CP visiting Buhari Area Council is owing to the uniqueness of the area council bordering 3 states. For instance, this is Niger State and here is Kaduna State. and makes it easy target for criminals as they come into FCT, perpetrate their crimes. Before you know it, they are back to Kaduna or Niger State. This, the new Commissioner of Police says, must be stopped at all costs. The visit by the CP served as a morale booster to his men in the field as he encouraged them to strengthen their capacity to work as a team. He visited all the border communities in Bwari, including Zuma 1 and 2, among others. This bridge in Kuchiko, a boundary link between the FCT and Niger State, has provided an easy exit route for kidnappers over time. CP Adewale stated that the command will continue with strategic deployments in such locations, which has helped repel several attacks. He called for synergy with the community people to effectively combat crime.
We are now bringing communities to be part of our operation. Security is everybody's business. We can't afford to be clapping with one hand. Security operative or security agencies, we have our part to play. The community will have a role. So when there is synergy between the community and law enforcement agency, criminals will take to their toes.
Upon arrival, the CP paid homage to the Sarikin Bwari, Awal Musa Ijakoro, assuring him of the command's readiness to sustain the existing synergy to combat crime. This collaboration, according to the CP, will help expand their base with host communities, as the police alone cannot do it all. In Abuja, Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
And the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has emphasized the need for synergy among security agencies, government institutions, and local communities to reap in the bud the security challenges in the nation. This call for action was made by the IGP while inaugurating the newly constructed Urban Modern Police Headquarters Complex in Yola as part of his one-day walking visit to the state. Simon Asher reports.
This newly built state headquarters at Adamawa State.
Inaugurating the edifice, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, said the facility is expected to improve operational efficiency, address office accommodation challenges, enhance working environment for officers, among other benefits at the facility. The IGP reiterated his administration's commitment to capacity building, ensuring officers receive adequate training, modern equipment, and technological tools necessary to tackle evolving security threats.
Let us all work together, continue to work together. Let the synergy amongst our services continue. Let us all show commitment to the vision that we are celebrating here today. Let us mark this occasion with pride and celebration, and let us continue to work together to build a brighter future for our communities.
In a welcome address, the Adamawa State Commissioner of Police, Dankombo Morris, highlighted his administration's achievement in the year under review. He added that the command's recorded 60 cases ranging from kidnapping, armed robbery, culpable homicide, farmers' headers clashes, rapes, among other criminal activities.
Sir, we have numerous challenges, and this includes kidnapping in border areas between Nigeria and Cameroon due to the mountainous terrain, inadequate operational vehicles, dilapidated police barracks accommodation, shortage of manpower, lack of good and effective communication system. However, some of these challenges have been surmountable as a result of the existing synergy and collaboration with the state government and state sister agencies.
The Inspector General of Police had paid a courtesy visit to Governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintri at the Government House Yola, as well as the Lamido Fombina, Alhaji Dr. Muhammadu Barkindo Aliyu Mustafa at his palace.
I want to appreciate you for receiving me, Your Royal Highness.
In Yola, Nafisatu Abdulhamid Dembos, NTA News.
And still from the force headquarters, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has also condemned the violent mob action against a group of travelers by a local vigilante group along the Uromi-Obajana Road in Edo State. In response, the Edo State Police Command swiftly deployed operatives to restore law and order. So far, 14 suspects have been arrested, while a manhunt is ongoing for others involved. The IGP has also directed the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of the Force Criminal Investigation Department, FCID, DIG Sadiq Abubakar, to take over the case and ensure a thorough, impartial and expedited investigation. He reaffirmed the Nigeria Police Force's commitment to upholding the rule of law and warned that extrajudicial actions would not be tolerated. The IGP urged citizens to remain calm and cooperate with investigators, emphasizing that all those found culpable will face the full weight of the law. In the meantime, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, has asked the security agencies to fish out and prosecute the killers of 16 traveling hunters in Uromi, Edo State, as directed by President Bola Tinubu. The Speaker, who expressed profound sorrow over the tragic killings, condemned the incident as barbaric, cowardly, and unacceptable. While investigations are underway, Speaker Abbas urges calm and restraint among those affected and extends condolences to the families of the victims. A coalition of civil society organizations has urged for transparency, fairness and adherence to all guidelines and the recall process of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan being conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. This followed the submission of a recall request by voters from Kogi Central Senatorial District to INEC. Convener of the coalition, Mike Femi, emphasized the importance of monitoring the process to prevent political manipulation and interference, expressing concerns about potential attempts by perceived groups to undermine the process and violate the rights of the constituents.
Johnny, that we inform the public, the electoral institution, concerned stakeholders and political leaders that we have just set up a coalition of civil society situation room in response to the ongoing process to recall the senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. As critical stakeholders in our country's democratic governance system, we owe it a duty to add our voices by rising to the patriotic call in ensuring that the system of governance we have all signed up for work in accordance with the spirit and letters of the Constitution.
Noted that the coalition aims to ensure that the recall process is in line with legal requirements and upholds democratic principles. As the Ramadan fasting period comes to a close, Muslim faithful flock to various markets to make their final purchases for the upcoming Salah celebration. And this report, Vivian Ezadife, captures the excitement and urgency of last-minute shopping as Nigerians prepare to mark this significant Islamic holiday.
The usual hustle and bustle of last-minute shopping characterized the major markets in Abuja as people rushed to make final preparations for the Salah celebration, marking the end of the fasting period. Prior to the fasting season, the federal government had taken steps to reduce the prices of food items, enabling Muslim faithful to observe the fast seamlessly. However, a recent visit to the market revealed that prices of food items are contradicting the government's efforts.
I heard people talking about things have gone down, but with what I've seen, I can't see that it's not significant.
Similarly, pepper that sold for 5,000 naira now costs 10,000 naira. Many respondents expressed displeasure with the rising prices despite government intervention.
I have started today because dustbin basket of a pepper is 10,000. Can you beat that? 10,000. How much is an average civil servant salary? And you are buying a dustbin tomato, a pepper 10,000. Tatashe 5,000, tomato 5,000. How much did you bring to market? What is spending me more is I'm using my money to buy money.
Well, let it go down more. That's what I advise. Because things are too hard and see fasting. no food, and then we are fasting and there is no much food.
Even if the market prices are going down, Nigerians can still inflate it. So Nigerians too are the problem. The government too should help us, but Nigerians, they should be able to regulate the market prices.
Some customers acknowledged the need for continued government support as others called on the federal government to intervene and provide relief to ordinary citizens struggling with the high cost of food items. In Abuja, Vivian Izadifi, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. We'll take a break here. There will be more reports when we return this day.
Celebrate Ramadan with Bafi and enjoy up to 40% off on selected products from living room, dining room, bedroom, and royal sets. Pay less, save more, and refresh your home for iftar gatherings and cherished moments with family and friends. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online to enjoy our exclusive Ramadan sale. Let's make this Ramadan unforgettable.
Many thanks for staying on. The management of the Kainji Lake National Park Service has keyed into the federal government's sustained efforts to keep the National Park Service safe and free of criminal activities by partnering other security agencies to stamp out illegal activities from the reserves area. The efforts, the acting conservator of the park, Sule Musa, said have yielded positive results with the arrest of some loggers in Wawa and the rescue of some kidnapped victims from Ibi, Zunguruma Game Reserves, Mborogu local government area of Niger State. Kabiri Abdullahi reports.
Conservation of Nigeria endowed biodiversity is being threatened by many factors, most of which constitute crime against the environment. Activity like banditry, logging, wildlife trafficking, illegal mining around the parks have proven to pose threats to conservative efforts by the authority of the Park Service.
I know there is law prohibiting people from cutting trees in the park, but he told us that they have settled with the authority, not knowing that he was lying to us.
Honestly, I didn't know that there is a law restricting people. I wouldn't have come. This is my first time.
In a related development, while rangers were on patrol at the Ibi Zungurma sector, they ran into kidnappers. The rangers encountered resistance, and after the exchange of gun battle, 5 suspects were neutralized and 2 victims were rescued.
To lokacin da suka kama ni da harko sun ce kawo miliyan 10. Ina tunani dai na yi kwana 5 a hannunsu.
They killed my brother because he revealed our location when the kidnappers called home for ransom.
I've spent 2 nights in kidnappers den. Thank God Almighty and the rangers for coming to rescue us.
The acting conservator of Kainji Lake National Park Service, Sule Musa, said, despite all the challenges, the service is trying very hard to protect the country's natural resources, especially as climate change impacts are becoming more extreme and catastrophic on Nigeria's environment.
The bandits, kidnappers, and other criminals have been decimated. And that is why you can follow this road from Makwa down to Kainji freely, even in the night. So we are working hand in hand with all the security agencies, especially the military and the vigilante, to see how we rid the park from all forms of illegal activities.
He noted that between last year and this year alone, 70 suspects were arrested and taken to court. 61 were prosecuted accordingly. 5 suspects are pending in court, while 4 numbers were warned and released. In Yobusa, Kabir Abdullahi, NTA News.
Former President Muhammadu Buhari highlighted his bond with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu by calling to celebrate his birthday. During the call, Buhari conveyed his family's prayers for Tinubu's long life, good health and successful administration. In a statement by his media aide Garba Shehu, President Buhari expressed his gratitude to President Tinubu and all the All Progressives Congress, APC, for their key roles in his presidency and the continued success of the party. President Buhari emphasized that the history of Nigeria would be incomplete without recognizing President Tinubu's contributions as an entrepreneur and political leader. He expressed pride in their association and the APC's mandate from Nigerians in 2015 to create opportunities for a better future. He concluded by wishing the President, his family, and the nation a successful completion of Ramadan and a happy Salah. Niger State Governor Mohammed Umar Bago has congratulated his father, the Jagaban Borogu, and the Nigerian President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on his 73rd birthday. In a message by his Chief Press Secretary, Bolaji Ibrahim, Governor Bago praised the President as a selfless and visionary leader who has significantly invested in uplifting many individuals. He acknowledged the President's resilience and determination in implementing social welfare and economic programs that enhance national well-being. Governor Bago expressed confidence in the positive outcomes of the President's Renewed Hope agenda and thanked him for his unwavering support, assuring that he will not disappoint. He wished the President many more years filled with wisdom, good health, and happiness as he continues to lead the nation towards growth and development. The International Kids Day, commemorated globally, was also observed at the Iranian Embassy here in Abuja, calling for freedom, justice, and the right of the Palestinian people to live with dignity. To mark the day, guest speaker and former Aviation Minister Femi Fani-Kayode graced the occasion. Garba Natala reports.
The annual event of the International Kids Day is observed every last Friday of the month of Ramadan. The last Friday, which is also referred to as Jumatul Wida. This day brings together millions of people who share a common goal against oppression. A reminder that the issue of Palestine is a moral and humanitarian cause which concerns all religions. It calls for unity in advocating for justice.
Every God-loving person, everybody that believes in justice and decency, will rise up, because we're not here for the Jewish Messiah. We're here to work out our salvation with fear and trembling and to serve our God in peace with others.
Femi Fani-Kayode, an advocate for justice, dwelt on historical consciousness as it relates to Zionism, tracing its roots from the walls of Egypt to the borders of Iran. He is optimistic on lasting peace when a two-state solution is adopted to ensure freedom and justice, just as the day calls upon.
Anything outside of that is madness and it will fail. And finally, let me say this. Israel needs to get rid of the genocidal leadership that they have today. They have to get rid of people that are clearly mentally unstable and bring in a new set of leaders that believe in peace, believe in common plurality of views, a state where Christians and Muslims have equal rights, a state which no longer allows for apartheid, no longer allows racism, and no longer believes in the supremacy of the Ashkenazi Jew, that is the white European, to lord it over everybody else.
Speakers identified with Saeed Azizullah Mir Yousefi, the Chargé d'Affaires of the Iranian Embassy, called for the end of occupation and injustice facing Palestinians, citing the case of Salahuddin, who symbolizes resistance for many. In Abuja, Garba Muhammad Atala, NTA News.
Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare Professor Muhammad Ali Pate has extended his heartfelt condolences to the management and staff of the National Orthopedic Hospital, Ibobi, and the family of late Dr. Alimi Mustafa over the sudden death of the physician. Professor Pate, in a statement, describes the late Dr. Alimi as a dedicated physician whose quiet devotion and skilled hands brought healing and hope to many, even as his professional journey reflected a life anchored in purpose, humility, and compassion, as well as virtues that speak deeply to the spirit of true service. The coordinating minister added that his passion is a profound loss to the Nigerian Orthopedic Association and the wider health community, and prayed that the Almighty Allah will grant him Jannatul Firdaus, and equally prayed that his family, colleagues, and all who knew him find solace in the remembrance of Allah and in the enduring legacy of kindness he left behind. And that concludes the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Many thanks for watching. I am Chinenye Nwoye.